Hey YouTube, YG Umbreon here, and I got two duels for you guys. They're both magicals, or I guess they are kind of magical duels. Anyway, the archetype magical or magic or whatever the fuck they're called. I actually kind of forget. Anyway, spellcasters. Um, New archetype. First of all, they are amazing. I love magicals. It's probably my favorite archetype right now. But basically, the way they work is they got these spells, and they're called the archetype called Books of Spell. And basically, so you have a Rhoda for them, which is the Grimoire right there that you see. And that one can add any of the other Books of Spell, but you can only activate one Grimoire per turn, and you can't add a Grimoire with a Grimoire. Then there's that one off you see that in the bottom left. I forget what it's called, but anyway, it boosts any spellcaster by 1,000, and then when it destroys a monster by battle, you can add another Books of Spell from your deck to your hand, but it only boosts it till the end phase. And then there's also that one off to the far right. Now listen to this one. This one's maybe it'll remind you of a ban card. Anyway, basically what you do is you activate it, reveal another Books of Spell in your hand, banish the spellcaster from your graveyard, and then special spellcaster from your graveyard. So if you didn't already kind of notice, it's kind of like Premature Burial, but for spellcasters. Now, in this deck, the boss monsters are like, I think it's called Junon the Magical Priestess. Anyway, what that card does is you banish Books of Spell from your graveyard to pop a card on the field. Any card. It's just, and it's level 7, it's in 2500 beater. Not only that, you can special summon it from your hand, if it's just in your hand, by revealing 3 Books of Spell cards, which you run 12 of, I think, so it's amazing. Now look at this play, I go Darkle, he has a barrier, I go first Necro, whatever, that's the Preemie, second Preemie, summon Batel, and I'm gonna grab another Preemie, and it's God. And then I'm just gonna Preemie back the Sorcier de Fleur, I thought, or maybe I'll bring back Temper, I forget. No, I'll bring back Sorcier de Fleur. Fucking, he quits right there. It's just broken. Anyway, the build that I have going on right now, it's actually really good. I only play 2 Magical Dimensions, just because 3 is a little inconsistent. This deck does play a lot of spells. It plays 20 spells and 20 monsters. That's just it. 20-20. No traps. I haven't even found traps really necessary in this deck. This is a duel against Dark Worlds. This duel is a little bit longer than the last. But, it's just the fact that Magicals can gain advantage so fast. A lot of it is because of, that card in the middle, Temper, the level 3 one. What it does is that during a turn, in your main phase 1, during a turn that a Books of Spell card was activated, you can treat it to the graveyard, especially when one level, I think it's like 6 or 7 or higher spellcaster from your deck. Now, the good combo with that is to summon Sorcier de Fleur, and just summon like a level 3 or 4 from their graveyard, and you can exceed with it or just attack with it. Now, you can't attack directly, but you can still attack over monsters. And that's what I really like about it, personally. And, I mean, a lot of the time, its Sorcier de Fleur is not the best answer, but then again, a lot of the time it is. I play triple Junon just because it's not even dead in the hand, really. You can Magical Dimension it, and it's it's kind of weird, but the most dead card in the deck is Blackluster Soldier, because I either seem to draw it, like I only draw it when I don't need it, or I draw it when I don't draw Breaker. Because the only Dark Side I run is I run triple Breaker and Gores, I believe, which I figured was enough to play Blackluster Soldier. For a while I was actually playing Chaos Sorcerer. In this duel I might be playing one Chaos Sorcerer, I don't really remember. But as you see there, I ditched the Breaker to hit a Light and Dark Grave. However, he's gonna Mind Crush it or whatever, drag down it or anything. But yeah, Magicals they definitely have a lot of potential. They don't really remind me of Dark Worlds, but in a way they kind of do. Just because, like, Well, Junon, first of all, it just pops a card on the field when it's summoned, pretty much, because you can remove play. Oh yeah, I think I said what the effect is. But anyway, and it negs your opponent. You can neg your opponent so much with that Junon, and just plus yourself off of it. It's so easy. Um, Not only that, this deck it creates beaters that are just unheard of. When you activate that one that makes it gain 1,000, which you can only activate one a turn, by the way, it puts Junon instantly to 35. And then there's another magical card, or magical monster, that you can return. Like, you have to recycle for your books of spells. There's a monster that you can summon, put a book of spells from your graveyard to your deck to make a monster gain 500, a spellcaster gain 500. So think about it. Your Junon's already at 35 because of that one. Then you return the one that made it gain 1,000 to your deck, and then boost it up to 4K. So now you have a 4K beater that can pop a card per turn. Granted, that 1,000 boost will only last till the end phase. That 500 boost will last forever. And hopefully I'll draw it, but I don't think I draw this game. You guys can look it up though. Just go on DN Tech and Magical. It's a really good archetype. I encourage you guys to mess around with it as much as possible. Oh, another thing I want to point out right here, for you guys that don't know, if someone in Mind Crushes and calls a limited card, you don't have to reveal your hand, just because. Or same thing goes if all copies have been shown, or not just shown, but like either on the field or in the graveyard, removed from play. You don't have to reveal your hand. But anyway. Yeah, this deck, it has a lot of potential. Actually, I believe that this build is a little bit more of a rough build than the last. I was playing Lightning Vortex in this deck. I don't know exactly why I was, but it was seeming to be working. I think it was more just because, it's not always the worst. It's not that you don't have dead cards in your hand. It's that you have, Necromonicon, first of all, which is that card in the bottom right now. This special summons monsters from your graveyard, so it's not bad that if you do have a kind of a dead Junon, like I do right there, just to discard it with Lightning Vortex and then the Necromonicon it back. Another good thing with Necromonicon is that if they MST the Necromonicon when or just like destroy the Necromonicon in some way when your monster's already on the field, it stays. Necromonicon doesn't destroy the monster and it leaves the field. So, in that case, I think that Zephyros could also be really good in this deck. But, I don't know. I don't really want to go that far. But, the way the deck's running right now, I can see it having some serious potential. It also has really good OTK power with Magical Exemplar. It actually, I don't know, Magical Exemplar just gives it the 1,700 boost, I guess, just makes it game. I believe we're coming to the end of it sometime soon. Oh, I remember this duel now. Basically what's about to happen is we're gonna go on a long spree of just me drawing nothing, and him drawing nothing. He's at 1,500, I'm at 5,000. I'm gonna reveal that Torah, Books of Spell. Oh, that one, by the way, it's a Forbidden Lance, but for spellcasters. And it's not spells and traps, you just choose one. Just for the turn. So it's pretty much just as good. And so he has the stars here. I really needed that top deck, and I top decked the Monster Reborn. Really happy about that. So I go ahead and I Monster Reborn, I don't remember. I think I summoned Junon, I'm not completely sure. Yeah, and right here we have I remembered a ruling or something like that about Magical Dimension, or Stardust not being able to negate Magical Dimension. So I was talking to my friend right here, and I was seeing if he could just bring up the ruling for me really quick, and he did. But anyway, the Magical Dimensions I pretty much just put in the deck because first of all, well, Stardust can't negate it. That's great. But Batel, which is that little blue monster, kinda the top right of my graveyard or top left of my graveyard. But anyway, when it's normal summoned or flipped face up, you can add a Books of Spell card from your deck to your hand. And sometimes first turn you just want to summon it to grab one, and setting that Magical Dimension sets up for a good Junon. And Junon is beast. And right here is just me bringing up the ruling. Because well, for a second I went to go over there and check for it, but I couldn't find it. So I was like, well, he said that Zardus couldn't negate Magical Dimension, but apparently I just wasn't looking in the right spot. But oh well. So I just copy and paste it to the opponent, and then asked him to copy and paste me. But apparently he found it. I was just being stupid and couldn't find it. But it was game right there. So don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, guys. Thanks for watching. Send me your guys' build. I'm really interested in getting a variety of builds going. So PM me.